Alright, so in this video I'm going to go ahead and recap my first week of Alliance Wars Season 58 for the people who want to see all of a week in one video. And I also go ahead and talk about some of my opinions on the war mode itself while this video is going on, which might be how I spend some time going over the video, because there's just 3 fights I've already talked about. And the first one, I'm going to talk about the Zola a little bit, though. This first one is going to be Phoenix versus Zola. I think Phoenix is probably one of the best options for this fight, just because if you get the Odin pre-fight, then you're completely immune to Hazard Shift, and I've already mentioned how immaculate she is at fighting Arnim Zola. So just put the two things together, hard counter the node, hard counter the defender, and you're going to have a good time. So yeah, we're just going to do the long fight Phoenix rotation, where we're going to get a special 2 off with 2 special echo, and then after that, special 1 with the 3 special echo, and then go for a double special 2 rotation for 9 auras, and then he's just gonna die. So as far as the game mode goes, it's weird, man. Like, I'm not gonna hate on it as much as like a lot of people will. And initially I was just so turned off by it. I don't think it's like the worst thing ever, but it's not good either. Like, so for my 3 fights, they've all been fun. I've actually enjoyed all 3 of the fights that I've taken so far. What makes the mode bad for me is when I have to send a player, or my co-planner has to send a player to a fight that just sucks. Where it's like, okay, you're either gonna die here or you're gonna time out. And it almost doesn't matter like who's playing the fight. Like, that's just probably going to happen because of the node defender matchups that are on the node. I was like, okay, Photon on node 1. That fight sucks. The only great counter to it is Iron Man right now. I think I've seen Jack work, but there also talk about that Alliance who used Jack and Solid with cheating maybe, so I don't even know. A Mega Sentinel is possible, but that sounds miserable. That's just one example. Yelena on like half the map is so miserable. Because like, you want to counter Yelena with using Daunted. There's currently only 3 Daunted champs in the game, so if you put her on like the one where you want to use a Nullify immune, actually that's not a good example, because Dazzler still kind of wrecks that fight, because Dazzler just kind of wrecks the whole map in general. But it's just, I don't know, like the one where you want to use a Nullify, put Yelena there, and it's just like, okay, what the hell do? You send Kushala, I guess, and Kushala is like okay for Yelena. She might die in that fight, I don't know. But there's just a couple examples. Like, there's other defenders like Jessica Jones, where it's just like, okay, there's so much RPG-esque, and if you put them on the nodes where it's like you really don't want to use these champions for the RPG-esque of the node, I don't know, man. Like, you want to bring a champion specifically with unstoppable counter or cleanse to a Jessica, but if you put her on node 1 where you're forced to send a nullifier or an invalidator, none of them have evader auto block control or evader unstoppable control, evader cleanse. I can't talk, you know what I mean though. It just sucks. Like, what are you supposed to do at that point? So I think that's the worst about this map. Like, it's just, there's too much crap on the map that can't be solved without forcing a guaranteed timeout, or just like the player's probably going to die here. That is by far the worst thing about this map. It's just poorly designed. It's outright poorly designed, and we are the test monkeys, whatever you want to call it, guinea pigs for it. So I don't know. Like I said, like I've enjoyed my fights. Because like, if you're getting an assignment where it's like, okay, this is a hard fight, but it's also very possible with whatever you're doing. Like, it's not outright BS. Like this fight, for instance, this is a hard fight. You have to manage the hazard shift while also trying to manage all of Photon's kit in general. not one of the hardest fights ever, but it's still a hard fight. But because of the fact that you can actually use a champion that is going to gain vigor, and they're still going to counter the defender, it's good. Like, Dazzler counters Photon very well, and she can counter this node. But if you put a defender on node 1, which is the example I keep using, and they can't counter the defender, but they can counter the node, it sucks. Or if you send a champion who can counter the node but can't counter the defender, it sucks. So there's just no winning. There's like way too many no winning situations on this map. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. So yeah, like, as far as my first 3 wars go, I've enjoyed it, but I don't like planning for this, because I just feel bad. I've only planned 1 war this season, actually. It was War 1. That's the only war I've actually planned. Another person did my BG for the other 2 wars. But I still review the plan. It's just like, oh my gosh, I hate that this is a thing we have to actually figure out how to solve. So yeah, that's my initial thoughts for week 1 on Alliance War right now. And as far as the stats go, we did beat DD13 19-11, GG's to them. We did lose to DSVG 10-20, GG's to them. And then we did beat for Loki 19-10, GG's to them. So for some reason, all 3 of the wars are like really close, when it's like, I mean, really close in the fact that it's like 19 or 20 from one alliance and 10 or 11 from the other alliance. I don't know, that's kind of weird how that went. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.